and we can get started. Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining me today. One second. Okay, here we go. So I wanted to do a free training on maximizing Zoom, and so that is what I've done. So this training is going to be about using Zoom to start and or grow your virtual income stream. Right now, more than ever, as we are forced to stay behind doors, we are still wanting to go on with normal life as much as possible. We still want our businesses to run and thrive and help other people. And so we are forced to be creative, which I think is a great idea. I think it's beautiful, and I certainly am making the most out of being creative. So just a recap of why I'm here and I'm showing up today. I have been a chiropractor for 10 years. Chiropractic is not something that you would think that could be replaced virtually, but chiropractors across the globe are creating virtual income streams. And I started coaching with someone, Dr. Ed Osborne, who taught me how to do a virtual business 4 years ago. And while I have had success in doing that, it has taken me out of my chiropractic practice. I've also been a clinical nutritionist for the last 8 years, helping patients with their supplement needs and their health needs, in addition to adjusting their spine. So while I have been focused on the online business, the chiropractic business, the supplement business, I am pulling together the best of what I've learned through all of these different streams, and I'm pulling them together in one training to help other chiropractors and nutritionists and health coaches really put themselves out there in a time of great need for our country. Not just our country, gosh, our planet, our globe, the nation. And so I wanted to combine the best of all the things that I've been doing and put together a training. And so this Zoom training is part of that, because not all of us realize that we can take our gifts and our talents, our passions, our knowledge, our experience, our education, and we can find a way to package them and deliver them to the people who need it. Excuse me. I have been talking a lot. I promise I'm not sick. I've been talking a lot. I woke up at 3 o'clock this morning and could not go back to sleep. I am in pure zone of helping. A lot of us in this time can kind of feel paralyzed in the fear and the worries and the insecurities of what's going to happen. That is not a fertile soil ground for solving problems. And so we have to, especially as leaders, health coaches, chiropractors, healthcare professionals, we need to remove ourselves as much as possible, as best as possible, and get out of the fear and into the problem-solving mode, because if we don't do it, who will? And so I just wanted to chat about Zoom today. And if you haven't already accessed my free virtual training freebie vault, I've created an entire dashboard, entire platform of all the trainings that I want to gift to you to help make this possible for you, help turn your business into a virtual income stream. So that free vault, I will add a link here in the chats. Let's see, link in the chat. Let me grab that link really fast. You will have access to not just this training replay, but all of the trainings that I am diligently working on creating for you. So let me add that in the chat right now. And make sure to go and register there, where you'll get this training and a whole bunch of other trainings. All right, so I will do additional trainings for Zoom in the virtual dashboard. Sorry, I'm just now having my coffee, so my brain does not feel like it's working on all cylinders. But thank you for bearing with me. Today is about giving you ideas on how to think outside the box to really, really leverage the power of Zoom. Now, I have a feeling that people across America and the globe are using Zoom right now because I was not able to upload this live training onto Facebook. Normally I can do that. Normally I go to the features at the bottom and I click on stream live on Facebook. But I just got the spinning wheel, the spinning wheel, the spinning wheel. We all know what that looks like, right? It's a shortage of bandwidth. And so while Zoom is important, right, we can host people who join us. We can't always really, really leverage technology. It would have been great, would have been fun had I been able to stream this live on Facebook. That is normally an option. And so the greatest thing about Zoom, though, is that this is still being recorded. I was able to click on the record button, and guess what I'm going to do when we're done? I'm going to upload this recording into my Facebook, and I can put it in all the different groups and my Facebook timeline that I manage so that this could be a free resource to be utilized later. Now, what I can also do, and these are ideas for you. Now that we have this recording, as soon as I log off, my computer is going to upload this video and I will have a video file saved on my computer. Yes, you can save it onto the cloud when you have a Zoom account. However, because there's a lot of stuff happening and there's a lot of people utilizing Zoom, if they're having problems on their end because of the increased traffic, what I recommend is you are not downloading your recordings into the cloud on Zoom. There's a cloud on Zoom, and then there's the download locally. Don't do any uploads into the cloud on Zoom at the moment because I don't want your videos to get lost. I have unfortunately had times in the past where some of my recordings and some of my trainings have gotten lost. And so you just want to be careful with that. So once you have, you know what would be really great? If I get my whiteboard, 1 second. I'll just clean this off and we'll do some trainings on here. Let me turn my ring light off. Okay, cool. So I want to give you some ideas of what you can do to leverage your recording. Once you record something on Zoom, and actually before I show you what you can do with the recordings, what I want to show you is how you can leverage your time together with other people, right? So what you can do is you can just record yourself. So let's say you are creating a program. Let's say you want to create a do-it-yourself program to support your friends. You can always record it on your phone, but I love recording it on my computer. If you have a good camera on your computer, then you can record it there. I have not figured out how to record Zoom while I'm using my smartphone. You can open your Zoom account on your phone, but I have not figured out how to record on my phone. So if I ever want to record anything, I do it on my computer. So you can record yourself, right? So right now, if Camille had not shown up, it would just be me talking. And that's okay, because this is still a powerful training. I put it in my calendar. I was going to do this, and then I have it and I can share it out. In a minute, I'll show you how I'm going to share out this training. Then you can also, right, you can also go one-to-one with someone, and you can have a one-to-one meeting with someone. Camille is one of my coaching clients, and so often we have done coaching calls via Zoom. And what's really great about that is we can record her and I talking and supporting her on whatever challenge or struggle or wins that she wants to celebrate. We can record that coaching session, and then I can upload it into a Google folder that I share with her that has a list of all of our coaching calls. And that is really a great idea when you want to like document progress, or it's almost like a soap note, right? Or a progress note or a patient note where you actually, it's almost like a journal. You get to go back and re-watch some of the trainings that you've gone through before. So one-on-one, right? If you're really supporting someone in their challenges. So let's take a moment and think of how the one-on-one setting is beneficial. For some of you chiropractors and health coaches, what you are used to doing is a lot of that consult work one-on-one with your clients or patients. And so you talk, you ask questions, you take down their information, and then you guide them on what steps to take, and you show them here's step one, here's step two, or even therapists have been known over the last few years. You've seen an increase of counselors and therapists moving their coaching sessions to an online setting as well. And so that is the power of this one-to-one setting. What I've also seen, some chiropractors might be worried about whether or not Zoom is HIPAA compliant. And what I want to tell you is during this time of the outbreak of coronavirus, the HIPAA guidelines are being laxed, and there has been a notice, and I can share that with you via email. There's been a notice that practitioners are being encouraged to use platforms like Zoom, regardless of whether they're HIPAA compliant, but you just have to notify your patient ahead of time that, hey, this might not be HIPAA compliant, but what I want you to know is we can still get the work done. So in this great time of need, the rules and regulations are being very lax to help healthcare providers treat their patients virtually. And so while I might not be able to give an adjustment to my patients via Zoom, of course, obviously, I can't teleport, right? But we can do telehealth services. And so what I could do one-to-one would be to check on them, ask them how they're doing, give them their advice. But what I want to encourage you is that if you find yourself giving away a lot of the same or coaching people a lot on the same information, rather than repeating yourself, and I want to ask you chiropractors, you probably know that you repeat yourself over 12 times a day, and you have the same conversations over and over, day by day, week by week, month by month, answering the same questions. And so what I want to encourage you to do is keep track of all of those conversations and questions that you've answered, and find a way that maybe you could record yourself answering those questions. Hello, Athena, Dr. Athena, you are here. So great. I'm getting into the good stuff. You can record yourself answering those common questions. So this might be a really good time right now while let's say you're under quarantine, or maybe you have decided, like many of us chiropractors have, to keep our doors open. Now, I don't want to do any judging here, because there's pros and cons to both keeping our office open or closing the doors. And so it's really a personal decision for you. But if you have found that you're not very busy, you have some idle time, right? This is a great time to really leverage and utilize Zoom and say, okay, now that I have the like 3 hours of free time that I never have because I'm always so busy, all you have to do is take down a list of paper, write down the common questions that you answer, and then go on Zoom and record yourself. And then what you want to do is you want to say, okay, so you press the record button and then you're like, okay, I'm going to answer question number 1 now. And you say, okay, this common question of like, what pillow should I use, right? And then you can do the training and do your hair and makeup once, get a nice background once, press the record button once, and then say, okay, one of the common questions I get is which pillow should I use? So you go and you da 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 da, and you answer that question. And then what you do is you pause and you can stop record and press record again. And what will happen is on your computer, Zoom will save 2 different video files of the first question or the second question, and then the second question that you answer. Or if you're like me, who has an amazing virtual assistant, which I'm going to guess that the need for virtual assistants during this time is going to go up. So if you find yourself not having a job, then why don't you market yourself as being a virtual assistant, figure out how to do something really quickly, and then go market yourself. So here I am spitting out a whole bunch of ideas because I really want to support you guys. So if you have a virtual assistant, what you can do, because I'm not that tech savvy, I have figured out how to figure out a lot of things. But what you can do is you can then go into question number 1, take a 10-second pause, question number 2, and then your virtual assistant can edit that one long recording for you and break it into those 10 different segments of commonly answered questions that you have. And then probably what would happen is each time you go and you record answering one question, it's going to be about a 2 to 3 minute sound bite. And here's where I'm going to get into what you can do with all of those sound bites or trainings that you have recorded yourself in, right? So if you find yourself, right, that tip was if you found yourself in those one-to-one settings where you feel like you're always answering the same questions, go record yourself answering those questions. All right, and then some of you will want to have those one-on-one sessions with your clients, prospective clients, especially people that have just now figured out who you are because everybody's online. And I taught on Tuesday how to do meaningful marketing. If you do meaningful marketing, you give them a call to action to book on your calendar, which integrates to Zoom, then it's all automated. And I'm going to teach that next training, how to automate your schedule. So that's coming up next. Again, if you are just now watching this and you haven't accessed my free virtual vault of all of these resources to help you in this virtual setting, there's a link in the comments. You can click on that to register for this free. I have an entire training vault for you. This will just be one of many of the trainings there. All right, so we talked about the one-on-one setting. Now, what I really want to encourage all of you people who have wanted to be leaders and influencers and show up at a greater level, help more people. Hello, your time is here. It is the time for you to really step up, and instead of doing the one-on-one where you're exchanging your time for 1 hour of for one-on-one interaction, I want to encourage you to leverage your time, leverage your potency, leverage your message, leverage the difference that you can make, because our globe is calling out for leaders and influencers, health and wellness warriors to step up and do this work. And that's when you do the one to many, where you take the information you want this person to know and this person to know and this person to know, and you host these one-to-many sessions. I am creating a paid program where I will walk you through what that would look like in your office, and exactly what to say, how to do it, how to fill up your meetings. That's going to be saved for those of you who want to join me in a 21-day implementation program. If you are curious about that program, I talk a lot about it in the free training vault as well, and you'll have a link to register for the paid program, which will start tomorrow, which is Friday, what is Friday? Friday, March 20th. So we're going to start that on Friday. And this is where I'm going to like walk you through step by step what to email your clients, how to get people to join you, and how to map out what you would say over your 21-day program or over a free 5-day challenge that you offer that then gives people an invitation to come join you on the next program. So we're just talking strategy here, and I'm really just throwing out a whole bunch of ideas to get the wheels turning. And what I want you to do is just not be overwhelmed. Pick one thing that you can do that takes you outside of your comfort zone and has you leveraging the power of technology, and just start where you are and do what you can, but don't stop. I know you're here for a reason, because you want to help people. And so just get the ball started. If I can be of any assistance to you, I want to be. I want to throw out a few more ideas for you while we're still on this call together. Other things that you can do to really leverage Zoom is you can interview other people. So right now, while we are thinking about it, I want you to jot down the first 5 people that come to mind of who maybe you look up to, or maybe teach something along the same lines as you do, but they teach it in a different way. Or maybe they're one step ahead of you, or the expert in a field that you are already trying to teach. Or maybe, what else? Maybe you both are doing 2 separate things, but you both have similar audiences that could benefit from a cross-pollinated audience. So what you can do is you can interview people. And you've seen me do this a lot, where I will interview someone via the Zoom platform. And then what we do is we broadcast it on Facebook Live. And here's where I'm going to get to how you can really leverage your time in a Zoom meeting. So we've talked about the different styles. Can anyone think, Camille or Athena, can you think of maybe a way that I have left out? So, group trainings. Also, Zoom is a really great way to build your email list. So what you have seen me do over the last few Zoom meetings that I've done is I've actually, as I wanted to do this, the one-to-many, I used my Zoom account to make all of my trainings where you had to actually click on a link to register. Everyone who registered, I got their email. So now I'm growing my email list, and I can email them the next training that I do. So it really helps save and leverage my time in marketing and advertising. So these are just a few ideas. Hopefully this is getting the wheels turning of what's possible, right? And you can teach things for free, or you can teach things to get paid. And I will show you how to do that as well. And you can do this for fun, you can do this for work. If you have been thinking about wanting to be a coach or share your passions or do something totally different or along the same lines of what you've already been doing, I know that there is a way. I know there is a way. I truly believe it. I'm just asking you to be creative, because if you're stuck in the fear, and I'm not saying that that's wrong, I'm just saying if you want to do something, if you want to grab the bull by the horns, we have to put the fear aside, because we cannot be creative when we're stuck in the fear. We can't. It doesn't happen. We have to step into having more faith than fear. And when we step into the role of having faith, we can then know that we're here to solve problems, and you get to work and you will ask God, just show me what to do. That's what he did to me on Saturday. On Saturday, I got the call from God to say, hey, you need to put a training together for the chiropractors. You've been perfectly prepared for this. And I got to work. I didn't question what I was supposed to do. I got to work. because I know that this training is powerful and it's going to help a lot of people do what they need to do. Okay, so now that you have just a few ideas on how to broadcast Zoom, what I want to do is also now show you what you do with your Zoom recording. Okay, so whether you recorded it by yourself, you did a one-on-one, you did a one-to-many, you did a free training, a paid training, you interviewed someone, regardless of what you did, please, please, please record it. Okay, so here is your recording, right? Here's your recording. That's a play button. And what this will be an MP4 on your computer. Don't download it to the cloud. Remember, download it to your computer, locally on your computer. So once you have this, and whether you're tech savvy or you hire a VA, there's a lot of things that you can do with this. What I do, because of my limited tech skills, what I can easily do, right? I can do a Facebook broadcast, live broadcast. With today, like I was saying, the bandwidth for Zoom is probably reaching its peak. And so I couldn't broadcast Facebook Live. Zoom wouldn't let me. I just got those spinning wheels. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this recording as soon as we're done, and I'm just going to post it on Facebook. I can post it on my newsfeed. I can post it on my business page, and I can post it in the groups that I manage. So I can post it. What I recommend when you post on Facebook is not to always, like if I'm going to post to all three of those places, the best thing to do to get the most engagement is to not post it once and then share it. The best thing to do is post it, go into your Facebook profile, copy paste the title, upload the video, post it, then go into your group, copy and paste the title, upload the video, post it. That's what you want to do if you want to get better engagement. It's not as effective if you copy and paste it and send it to all these places. However, that is very fast and very easy. Now, a couple other things that with my limited tech skills, some other things that I can do is I can take this recording, even with my limited tech skills, and I could upload it into my YouTube channel. How many people do you think are going to be creating YouTube channels because it's been always something you've wanted to do, but now you have more time on your hands? If you haven't created a YouTube channel, now might be a really good time to do that. That will also be one of the trainings that you'll get in my 21-day implementation program, how to start your YouTube channel and how to leverage it. So this is an option for you as well. And what I love about YouTube is that all of the videos that you upload into YouTube always get this link. It's so much easier to share a link than to upload a video, right? So if you are ever trying to email videos, if it's a big file, it won't fit in your email. So what do? You upload it into YouTube, and then you get that little link that people just go to, click on, and voila, they get your YouTube channel. So once they're done watching this recording, then something else will pop up that says this is recommended too, right? So you get to, they can literally binge watch your training videos on YouTube. Now, with my training videos, right, because people pay me for digital services and digital coaching and virtual coaching. So I don't put all of I can put all of my videos on YouTube, but I can decide which ones are public and which ones are private. So if it's a private link, then no, like those are usually the trainings that people have paid me for. So I'm not going to just broadcast it on YouTube for free. I'm going to hand select the people, and as long as you have the link, you can have access to the training. I hope that makes sense. So YouTube is one place where you can upload those recordings. And then I'm going to tell you a little bit about what my virtual assistant helps me do. Okay, so oh, you know what I didn't talk about are these recordings within Facebook, especially if you are hosting a Facebook group. If you're hosting a Facebook group, you have, especially if it's a social learning group, you have the ability to upload units. And so you can upload those videos in your units tab. If that's making sense. I think I need to move my computer closer. Give me 1 second so that you can see my notes. Something just fell. Move this closer so you can see my notes a little better. Hopefully that's better. Okay, cool. So I don't know where to stand. Okay, there we go. So where was I? Yeah, you can upload this training right into Facebook. Facebook does allow you to upload these MP4s. When you put it onto YouTube, it's no longer an MP4, it's just a link. Now there are ways that you can convert them back and forth, and again, my 21-day training will have those trainings for you. So what my virtual assistant helps me do, right, is she helps me take these videos and she adds a banner, she adds like a fun, she can add music, she can add like a fun animated slide like that you would see at the beginning. So she can do some edits on it that I don't try to do. She can do like the pre and post, like the first slides, like welcome to the Dr. Jenna show. And then she can also add a banner for more information. Click here. So she can edit those videos. What else? And then you can crop them, right? So if you take like a long video and you have 10 different tips on here, right? You can crop them and you can go, okay, I'm going to take this segment and make it into a video. And then what would you do, right? You would upload it into Facebook. You could put it into your groups. You can put it on Instagram. You can put it on Twitter. There's a lot of different options. You can take your YouTube link and put it onto Twitter. Okay, there's a lot of different options. And I want to tell you another option. These are where I get some really good ideas that I want to share with you. So take notes. Hopefully hopefully that made sense. If you need me to do a better training, I can do that too. Like maybe I can do a like a slideshow where it's not so messy, but hopefully you got the point. And then here is a really good tip. This is like $1,000. I mean, this tip in and of itself, I have paid thousands of dollars to figure out and to learn. So what you can do is, I want to write a book one day. I'm working on it. I'm getting started, and I'm going to guess that a lot of books are going to be birthed in this time of quarantine. I know William Shakespeare wrote one of his famous books during a time of quarantine from the plague. So this is, again, a time to solve problems, a time to be of service, a time to dig deep. So what you can do is, let's say you've always wanted to write a book, and that is my plan. So what you can do is, if you're better on camera than you are on writing, if you're better on camera than you are with writing, which is me, I'm better on camera than I am with writing. because writing takes me a long time, but I can come up with the words I want to say really, really easy when I just speak on camera. It's a gift, and some of you might have that gift, or you might be a better writer, and that's okay too. If you are like me and you can speak, right? So here's what you do. You do your training and you record it. You can have people watching you if you want, right? You can have people in your Zoom room, but you have your recording here of chapter 1. So here's what I would do. If you have your chapter 1, right, you can make all your chapters on video and you can teach people all along what you want them to know from your book. And then what you do is you go back and you watch this, and as you're watching it, you can change the speed in which how fast you watch it. You can slow it down, you can speed it up, and then you can type it out. You can type it out as you watch what you just said. And now you have a book. I did this with an ebook that I've created. I created a 21-day self-discovery ebook. But guess what I did first? I did 21 live videos on Facebook. I just went on Facebook Live. This was many years ago. It was when I was first starting to coach. If you want that, I can send it to you. It's actually a very good training. You can see the old me. You can see the old me and see how much better I've gotten on camera by just showing up and doing the work, and I want that for you too. But this was a really great thing each day, and when I started it, I didn't think I was going to create an ebook. I just started showing up. I went 21 days straight in a row, and I showed up and I said, here's the lesson I want you to know about self-discovery. And I did day 1. And I kind of mapped out, the sequence of events in which I wanted to teach people that I thought would be effective cumulatively and on its own. And so as I was finishing, as I was getting closer to day 21, I was like, oh, this is some really good stuff. I want to get this out there in a different way, because some people are audio listener, like they learn via audio. But some people are kinesthetic and they want a physical product in their hands and they want to read because that's their learning style. It's not necessarily mine. I'm a video. I consume via video. So what I did was I went through and I paused each video. I spent an entire day. But in an entire day, I was able to go through 21 short clips. They were each anywhere from like 7 minutes to 15 minutes long. And I just sat there and I watched, and I'd type, and then I'd press pause if I talked too fast or I needed to catch up or I needed to change the words. And I went through and I made a real rough draft of the first session, and then I paused and I stopped it, and then I went through and I polished it all up. And by the end of the day, this was a full day project, but I mean, we have time on our hands, right? In a day, you could have an ebook written, and then I put it together and I sent it out to my database, and now it's a lead magnet. A lead magnet is something that you put out there for free that people click on and download, and in exchange of you giving them your product or service or digital download, they give you their email address. And so my email list has grown over the years of doing a little bit of this and a little bit of that. This Zoom training is another great way to build your email list. So I think I have given a lot of information. Athena, Camille, you guys are still live. Do you have any questions for me before I kind of close down this training here? While I wait to hear if you have questions, or if you don't have a question, maybe tell me what the greatest takeaway has been for watching me tonight. Let's see. If you have something that you know, or something that you're passionate about, or something that you want the rest of the world to know, this is your time to be creative and figure out how can I share with other people. And whether you use Zoom or you use Zoom or just Facebook Live like I did in my 21-day program, just put yourself out there, right? You don't have to have it all figured out. This is a time where nobody has their ducks in a row. Nobody knows what's going on. And we here as leaders, right, we don't have to have it all figured out. We need to lead people from where we are and not hope for it, like not wait until we get it any better. So that is my like push for all of you, is just to lead where you are. And I am a living example of that. I don't have it all figured out, but I'm leading from where I am. And if you can do that, you will be potent, you will be powerful, and you will help transform lives, because there are people who need you to show up. Athena, you say just thank you for your time and talents and keep doing what you're doing. This was so helpful. Awesome. Yay. Again, if you haven't registered yet, please click, whether you're watching this live or you're watching the replay. I will make sure you have the registration link so that you can get all of my potent and powerful trainings that I am doing, they're all post-coronavirus trainings on how to put your message out there in a powerful way, how to step up, how to leverage your gifts and your talents even behind closed doors. Camille, you're ready to lead and you're not waiting any longer. You're done with waiting for the perfect opportunity. This is the perfect opportunity. I think this is what we've actually all been waiting for as leaders, to really step up and show the world what we're waiting, what we have to offer. So there's a lot of free gifts in my free training portal. So go check that out. And then again, there is an invitation for you within that training for you to lock virtual arms with me, right? And for the next 21 days, I will guide and can I do training on editing videos? So I am not the expert on editing videos, but what I'm going to do is, I know definitely for in the 21-day program, I will bring my virtual assistant on and I will have her show how to edit videos. And then I will also, I'll talk with her and I'll see if she would be available to, like, I know pre-coronavirus, she wasn't taking on any clients. So I have actually connections with several virtual assistants. So I will find out from them which ones are willing to help you guys with editing your videos. But here's the thing. If you can't figure out how to edit videos and you can't hire someone to do it, put it out unpolished. Put it out unpolished. Because it doesn't matter. Like, this is a time where it doesn't matter. Things don't need to be pretty. They just need to be potent and effective. And so I have put out plenty of videos that needed editing but did not have editing done. Done is better than perfect. So you don't have to have everything pretty and polished right now. Just putting it out there matters. And here's the thing, we're all human. What you can do if you're creating a video, say, hey, this video is not perfect, right? You can say, I didn't put my makeup on, or I don't have the best lighting, but please excuse me, because that's not what's important right now. What's important is that you get this information. And so if editing is what's stopping you, don't let it stop you. And then my next, just like my last kind of promotion, and I'm happy to promote it. I don't feel, you can take me up on it or not. I have made there are 4 different payment options to make this training super powerful, where you can get into this training as little as $47, where I will literally hold your hand for 21 days and help you get your virtual practice implemented, whether that's your chiropractic practice, your supplementation journey. I'm also giving you step by step what supplements to recommend, and that can be for a healthcare professional. It can also be for a health coach who can't buy from standard process, but they can help clients with doTERRA or Young Living essential oils. Excuse me. Stay away, right? I just sneezed. So yes, the 21-day program. It's going to be powerful, and it's going to if you show up and you do the work, I'm guaranteeing that you're going to get your monies back, because I'm here and I'm committed to helping you get this off the ground. And I have a lot. If you thought this training was powerful, I have a lot more trainings in store for you. So this is just the tip of the iceberg. I hope it was helpful. Thank you so much for tuning in. And if you have questions, you can email me at support@drjennazellers.com, or you can come and you can access my free training, which you would be crazy not to. All right, everyone. Thanks so much for listening, and we will talk soon.